You know why you are always here? You are here because of the love of your child. If you have started giving birth, you have not started giving birth, everything is sweet. Listen to the voice. Don't look at my face. Maybe ugly, but listen to my voice. It may serve as a kind of help. So I started this journey before now, and on my volume 1, this is volume 10, like it volume 10. So it will be previous on all my previous videos. I will take them one after the other and give you a brief. And this is a site. I'm going to give you my own personal site, whereby if you go to Google, Opera Mini, Chrome, everything is going to come out. View them and comment, say something about them. On my volume 1, I talk about greeting, which is some things happen in school. The same are not happening at home, like greetings, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. When the child closes from school, you come across an uncle. Good morning, sir, or good afternoon, sir. The uncle will reply, morning or afternoon. Doesn't make sense. Morning, afternoon are period. But when they are attached together, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, together they are greeting. Morning, afternoon, evening explains the period this greeting take place. They are never a greeting, so if you want to greet someone, attach the word good to it. So on my volume 2, I talk about a mother agreed to a child that will not be going to school for a day. A child woke up to a mother, mommy, I will not be going to school for a day, please let me stay with you at home today. I don't want to go to school. Please don't force me to school. The mother agrees to it. It's a bad attitude. Find another way of loving a child, not stopping a child from going to school. You don't know when you're going. You don't know when you come. So whatever you install on a child, live inside them forever. And all these things are not even done in my village. In my village, when the child walk up to your mother, mommy, I will not be going to school. The mother will say, okay. Go to the left corner of our room. On top of drum there is a stick we use in chasing goats. Whenever we spread groundnut, the child will laugh. Mommy, just that my clothes are not iron. Go and get them ironed. Mommy, I will be late. Oh, you'll be late? Better late than never. So please don't accept this from any child. I won't be going to school. Don't take it from a child. And on my volume 3, I talk about why child cries whenever he or she is asked to go to school. Is it a spiritual problem to you? What do you think? But to me, it's not a spiritual problem. There are things in which parents are careless about. During weekend, your child can do anything, things like playing with their toys. They can also watch movie, every other activities, but configure your house in a way that baby, this is the time to play, this is the time to read, this is the time to sleep, and make it fun. Don't change your laws. So whenever, even though the child grow, inside him or her, you also do the same. Plan his way, plan her ways very well. It's very, very important. And number 4th volume, that is where I talk about bad boy or bad girl. Mother suffers a lot in bringing you up. They want you to be best, but today you answer your name bad boy, bad girl. It's not fair. Okay, look at it now. It's an insult to the parents. It's also insult to the teachers, insult to the society. Answering a name bad boy or a bad girl. It's an insult to the parent because parents suffers a lot. They took their time, lifetime, to train you to become better somebody in the society. And teachers also contribute, take their time, figure things out, make sure you know everything about life. But today you answer a name bad boy or bad girl. The society is expecting you to represent them one day, but today you answer a name bad boy or a bad girl. All their hope, you collapse it. It doesn't make sense. Let me remind you of your early days when a child is born. Mommy, daddy, they will join head and make sure they give a child another sweet name. Like where I come from, which is my language is Nupe, and my name is Hussein. My dad and mom give me another sweet name like Majid Soachi. I love this name so much, and don't play with it. Yes, I don't play with it. Also in Yoruba ways, a boy can be, Yusuf. They was well name it Kola Wale. And a girl can be Aishat. They will say Ashake. They are sweet, sweet names. Understand? And in Igbo ways, a boy can be, Ogochuku as well and also have the name Diamond. This is a sweet, sweet name. One thing you are forgetting is parents, mother, father start wishing you well from birth. That is the reason behind all these sweet, sweet names. I have someone even in my village that name a child that company. You understand? It doesn't mention a specific because she doesn't go to school. Only give the child the name company. That is good wishes. I love it, and I always think about this woman. So here I'm going to talk about volume 5, which is cause statement. There are some inappropriate things people say which doesn't make sense. Let me mention some of these things, like this child will not know a book, this child will never saw, this child will not listen to you. That is how they are. Children of nowadays, that is how they behave. All those words, they are curse. You understand? You are cursing a child. The first one, the child will never know book. That means in the whole life of this, entire life of this child will never know a book. A child will never sell means a child carries anything, will never sell it. All this word doesn't make sense to me. The child will not listen to it. Means when you say something and the child ignore it now, will never listen to you. You can keep on trying. He or she will change. And what is the fourth one is this is how they behave. Whenever the child make mistake, you believe that is the same thing the child will be doing in the whole entire life. All these things are rubbish. Think positive. And the fifth one is children of nowadays. This is how they behave. This is the worst of everything, because this person is wishing the whole world problem. Children of nowadays, that is, it doesn't specify how. That is how they behave. So if children of nowadays misbehave, one misbehave, all of them are misbehaving. That is rubbish. And I'll talk about volume 6. My volume 6, that is learn how to handle a question. That is all about volume 6. Well, a father pick up a child from school, coming home, they bought a commercial bus. So getting to one bus stop, somebody just run and rush in front of the car. The car almost hit the man. Understand? After the observation of whole thing, a driver gave the man 100 naira and the pass. Getting home, a question arises in the child's mind. Ask a father, Father, who is that man that is not afraid of a bus? The car almost hit him. I took 100 naira from driver. The father said, it's a difficult situation you have to think about. Whatever you tell the child today, they will be using it forever. And it's very important that you think before you answer a child's question. So will you say these people are area boy? So when you remember, if your child is also being taken to a village and your younger one is doing the same type of a thing, is an area boy. And if you call them lazy people, that means your younger brother there is a lazy people. If you call them lawbreakers, over there the family is a lawbreaker, so you can call them revenue collector. The question is, are they approved by government? This thing they are collecting is going to local government. They may spend part of it, or it's going to local government area. So they are revenue collector. In my volume 7, that is where I talk about don't say any of these things in front of a child. Like number 1, how rich you are. Number 2, how poor you are. And then number 3, number 1, how poor you are. You may be rich today, you proudly to say, okay, in this community I'm not comparable to anyone. Yes, you're not comparable to anyone, but saying this in front of a child, you're spoiling the child, and in which we don't want, communities don't want it. And how poor you are, you don't say all these things in front of a child. Our problem is just growing day by day, and the situation of the life is changing and all sorts of things. they are not good. Your cooperation and the family is very, very important, and they all need you. And number 8, volume. That is where I talk about, don't use your child as a commercial van, in the sense that a child, that is why I talk about a mother using a child to request from father, and also using underage child to hawk about, and more also using an illiterate child to commit adultery. And the last point is using child to collect loan. Don't using a child to request from father, in the sense that he believes that the child is loved more by the father, so he's using a child as a form of collecting or solving his own issues. And the second point is also using a illiterate child to commit adultery. We're using a illiterate child to commit adultery, in the sense that they write on papers now, they will hide it, go and give it to social man, this thing I want to buy, I want to, it's all a lie. They are making something else out of it. It's not using underage child to hawk about. If you're using an underage child to hawk about, it's a child that cannot defend himself. Why are you using such a child to hawk? And moreover, kidnappers are everywhere. So anything can happen, so don't risk it. We can't risk the children. And in my volume 9, where I talk about bad thoughts, that thoughts like what will become of my children if I die. It's not good. If they are inside the car, they will say, what if this car catches fire? Bad thoughts. If they are walking on top of bridge, what if this bridge collapses? They are all bad thoughts. Instead of thinking of all these things, why don't you just face your child, teach them something good about life, and let them understand many things. Number 1 thing, let them know how to greet properly, like good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And the second point is teach them about first aid. Is very important. First aid, if you have like 2 or 3 children, let them know what first aid is. If you are away and one fell ill, the other will be able to do something. But you are away, one fell ill, they don't know anything about first aid. It's a big problem, in which before anybody interfere, it will be like there will be problems. So when they know about first aid, there is less trouble in the house. So please, this is advice to all Nigerian. Please, my fellow Nigerian, let's treat children equal. Treat them equal. Being legitimate or illegitimate, a child is a child, so that we're going to have a less bad boys or bad girl. They will reduce when you treat people with kind. If you want to change the whole country, don't look at the way country is. If you want to change somebody, don't look at the way they are. They may be bad, but inside them you will never can tell. So give it a try, help them out, and many things will change. We want to have less area boys or bad boys in Nigeria. May God be with you. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video. Thank you.